Hi, everybody. On this Monday late morning, we have a weather check-in for you as we start off the new work and school week. And I'll tell you what, the bottom line, the theme is still colder than most would like. So we still are dealing with these cold temperatures and gusty winds and just not, I wouldn't say not ideal, right? Like today, you can get out and get stuff done. It's a busy time of year, but the weather is not comfortable, right? The feels like temperature, the wind chill, it can be right down there about 10, 15, 18 above. The air temperature is stuck in the 20s and actually sliding backwards just a little bit. So it's not ideal, but it's doable, right? The roads are dry, and that's all good news as people, of course, continue their holiday preparations. Just 16 sleeps until Christmas. And yeah, that's not good. 16 shopping days. There's a 17. 16. You can't shop on Christmas. Yeah, so I got to get to work. How about you? Yeah, I am probably in the same boat. On this Monday morning, coming to you this morning on Facebook Live, on the NBC Connecticut page, also my NBC Connecticut Bob Maxon page, and also on our YouTube channel. And as I've mentioned over the last couple of weeks, we'll make this a pretty frequent visit, especially this time of year when the weather pattern can be busy and impactful at the same time. Not saying that's the case right now, but it's always good to be in touch and feel free to always drop a comment or a question about the weather or about other stuff too, because, we can have a little bit of fun here as well in this space. So we are coming to you from the NBC Connecticut Storm Tracker Weather Lab this morning. And as always, we start with the rundown. So the rundown, plenty of cold sunshine today, mixed with some high clouds. Yeah, it feels like temperatures in the teens. That's not ideal. We're going to race down to some record lows and record cold tonight, which is interesting. And we have some wet snow and rain showers later Tuesday night into Wednesday, and there could be some slight accumulations, especially in our beautiful hill towns of Connecticut. So that's your rundown to start off this live cast. And you can see there's a common theme there, isn't there? Cold, 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 cold. All right, so let's see what's going on. We'll get you started with a look at what we see for Wednesday. The image on the left is Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. You can see a little bit of that blue shading and green shading, and that's a little touch of some light snow showers and rain showers that fly by later Tuesday night into Wednesday. And then as a Clipper system goes north of us, that's, if you're a snow lover, you want a Clipper system to go south of us. But that system's going to go across northern New England. And while we could see some snow showers, I think out of the hills, we'll probably flip over to kind of a chilly rain. And hill towns would pick up, it's not a major storm or anything like that, an inch or two of wet snow in the hills, little wet snow and rain mixed through the valley and also toward the shoreline. As you can see how the weather precipitation depiction there has just a little bit, and I can highlight it for you. There's Connecticut, of course, and you can see how there's a little bit of snow in the Northwest Hills, and this is during Wednesday morning, and rain elsewhere. So, yeah, again, not a big deal, but it's something we certainly will watch because, we want you to be caught off guard, and we want to make sure we're abreast of any changes here. So that would be Tuesday into Wednesday. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, let's talk about tonight, because tonight is looking cold. And Bob, what are we looking at here? We got a brown map. That's a map we don't see very often. This is a plot of what the dew point temperature is forecasted to be at about 2 a.m., the dew point. The reason I bring this up is that a lot of times on a clear, cold, or calm night, the dew point can give us an idea, at least, of what the overnight low temperature could be. I don't think that's going to hold true. We're going to have some high clouds around, but I would not be surprised if we saw temperatures fall to below the guidance. So again, I'll use this radiating white thing to show you that dew points can fall into the single digits, and that means that the overnight low temperatures can also fall into the single digits, and that's giving me a headache. So I'll get rid of that. So the key here is that we have a really cold air mass, the cold wind chills today. Where the high, and we'll get to the high temperatures in a minute. So cold start, sun goes down so early. Earliest sunsets are like right now, not when we get to the winter solstice. So the earliest sunsets, long nights, cold nights, we know, and the temperature should drop like a rock. The one thing that can counteract that would be some clouds coming in, but I'm not expecting much in the way of clouds. Here's your forecast for today. Mostly sunny, filtered sunshine from time to time, as there's a storm going out to sea to our south that's trying to throw some high clouds at us. Sean says, and I can click on this. Sean says, oh my God, my bones. Okay. That's what Sean says. And northwest winds today, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Yes, I guess you could say it's bone chilling cold, if that's what you want to say. Chilly. Yes, sunny. Northwest winds early, 5 to 15, gusting 20, 25. But I think these winds are going to diminish pretty quickly this afternoon. But look at the numbers in the little blue rectangle or squares. Highs only in the 20s to lower 30s. The seasonal high is 43. So these temperatures, again, running way below average by more than 15 degrees below normal. That's a theme, folks. Okay. So far this season, this month, I should say, we are looking at temperatures that are running considerably below average. And we went from ranked 15th over the weekend to the 17th coldest start to December over the first 7 days, because we haven't finished the 8th day quite yet. So it is unusual cold, no doubt about it. So we do have the chill. And the chill continues today and for most of this week, and really most of the 10-day forecast. There's only one day where I see us approaching seasonable levels. And of course, with each day, the seasonable level gets colder. So we can't shake it. Nothing's changing. Yeah, it's very interesting. Today, big day. I saw most of the games have been rescheduled. I think the one in Lower Fairfield County, Greenwich, New Canaan, or somebody down that way. I don't know if they changed their time. They may have moved it up a little bit. But a lot of the games through the interior have been moved up to the afternoon because the sun's out. It's not going to help much, but the CIAC semifinals, when's the last time we had to rearrange the quarterfinals and the semifinals due to weather? Because in early December, we should be in the 40s. It should be much more bearable, much more comfortable, but it's not. So temperatures falling from the 20s into the teens, and especially after that sun goes down. As I mentioned, though, the winds will be diminishing, so it feels like temperature can be in the teens the whole time. But if you dress warm, dress like you're going skiing, and you'll be fine at the game. All right? You just, put a big scarf up over your – I feel bad for the players. I mean, NFL, a lot of cold games yesterday. Their uniforms are they can have thicker uniforms or insulation and hot packs in their little. Tom Brady talked about how he always had like those hand warmers that you wear when you're skiing. He always had those for his right hand so he could feel the ball. When he was playing quarterback. I don't know if the young men around Connecticut have that same option. So cold is the bottom line. Okay, so let's talk about these records that we're going for. And I found an emoji. I like that emoji. I think it's cute. Aaron says, good morning. And we say good morning to Aaron. See, right there. JM, good morning. Morning, Bob. Do you think we'll see when do you think we'll see the next plowable storm? Hey, Scott, not this week. So that's about as far as I'm going to go out. I mean, there could be a few towns up in the icebox that have to move a little bit of snow around on Wednesday, but not for all of us. Back to the cold. The Hartford area, we're forecasting 5. We've been debating about this potential overnight low. And the record is 4. Notice the records are both in the same year, 1968. Got down to 10 in Bridgeport. This is pretty rare air for this time. I mean, it's early. This is early in the winter. Well, it's not even technically, it is meteorological winter, but you really haven't reached the winter solstice yet. 16 is the forecast. 10 for Bridgeport is the record. That number is perfectly safe. But I just wanted to update you. A lot of people love to talk about record cold. Before we get into future radar, let's take a minute. I'm going to leave those records up. We got lots of folks checking in. Aaron says, I hate this cold. The wood stove is on blast. And Aaron, we had our wood stove going quite a bit this weekend. Already going through the pile of wood. I got to order more. It's always an expensive time of year to do that, right? So let's see here. Terry says, I've been a walking barometer. Isn't as cool as it sounds. Yeah, I hear you. A lot of people, when barometric pressure goes through changes, cold, high pressure builds in, a lot of people have aches and pains. So that is not fun. I get it. One school in Suffield closed today due to burst pipes. Really? I did not know that. I wasn't really, I've been kind of busy in other meetings. Kind of weird to have the pipes burst. The heat must have malfunctioned because, the heat's on over the weekends in schools. You can't just turn the heat off. So that's unfortunate. That can be a real problem. I found info, says Roger, on 1989 December, the mean temperature was 18 at Bradley. Right now, our mean temperature for the month up to the 7th is 27 point something. And that's unusually cold. So that December 89, that is some really, really cold stuff, no doubt. So with all the cold, there's a good one. Oops, don't hit the wrong button. You know me, I'll crash the computer. With all of this cold, says Sean, might we actually be looking at a white Christmas? Maybe, right? I mean, if we're going out, the 8 to 14 day outlook, 14 days is almost Christmas. All we need is a couple disturbances, a couple clippers, or maybe one, moderate snowstorm, and we'd be locked in, I think, for a white Christmas, which is unusual lately around here. That is unusual. Yeah. Terry says, good for the kids in Suffield for that one school. That's a whole nother topic for another day. There's a part of the population now thinks that snow days should be, outlawed. Because you miss a day of learning. I had plenty of snow days in my day, and I seem to survive. Scott says NOAA has January, February mild temperatures to above. I haven't looked at NOAA yet. I didn't look at the monthlies are monthlies. They're not super reliable, but it wouldn't surprise me at all. We're front loading the cold. We need to front load the snow this winter season. And we've seen it over and over and over and over for the last 15 years. Yeah, you might front load and get some cold and snow, and then all of a sudden it turns mild. And that wouldn't surprise me at all. But Scott, I really haven't had a chance to dive into the monthlies quite yet. So what we got here? Daryl says, keep it coming. All right. I hear you. Yep. Terry, me too. We used to walk uphill both ways, 50 pounds of ice on our back, a book bag, and sometimes in bare feet. Yep. We were a lot tougher, right? Everyone thinks we were a lot tougher back in the day. Moving right along, let's take a look at future radar. And there's your sunshine this morning. And some high clouds come in, but they're in fact, I'm looking outside and it looks like some of these high clouds are filtering the sun as we speak. But there's nothing really meaningful. And tonight's fair, and it's cold temperatures. Again, could the overnight low bust and be like 15? It could, right? With high clouds around, they're kind of tough to nail down. There's those snow showers that are possible Tuesday evening, and then again Wednesday. See how there's some snow coming in from the west with a clipper. With the clipper traveling to our north, though, I do expect some of that snow to flip to rain and be kind of just unsettled. Tomorrow's forecast, sunshine to clouds, and those clouds are out ahead of that clipper system. And there can be some snow showers again Tuesday night. But look at that start. All right, so the model data is supporting single digits. And once you get to 8, it's not that hard to get to 4 or 5 degrees if it's calm and clear. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's going to be a chilly one. And that's me. If you want to reach out, there's my handles, if you will, on Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that. Okay, so there's that. And if you've been watching these feeds over the last 10 days or so, I mess that up a lot. I usually hit the wrong button and sometimes go to black or whatever. So it is what it is. So this is tomorrow's forecast. Now look at these overnight lows as we go through time. The average overnight low is about 26 and falling. So tomorrow we're forecasting 5. But then we're up in the 20s to near 30, so it's not as cold. So maybe Aaron can rest the wood stove a little bit, but probably not. So inland, we're going to continue with this cold theme. And here's that 6 to 10 day outlook for, forgot who was asking about Scott. So that gets us to the 18th. So maybe a white Christmas is in the offing. So, yeah, so it's pretty cold stuff. Here's a look at your 10-day forecast. And sun and clouds mixed today. They're mid and high level clouds. Nothing to be really too concerned about. Late snow showers tomorrow with an increase in clouds and some, mix of rain and snow, changing to some showery periods in the valleys and the lower elevations, but wet snow continues in the hills. And we might even have a snowfall map out later today for Tuesday night and during the day Wednesday. But we're going to chew on it a little bit. But I wouldn't be surprised if something like 1 to 2 or 3 happened in the highest hills of Litchfield County, maybe Talon County. But we'll that's not a big deal for the people who live in the hills. It's just a day that ends with Y during the winter. Right now, Thursday and Friday look pretty good. And Friday night, Saturday, there could be another Clipper system. But these are not big storms at all. Okay, so, they're not big storms. So I'm not really super concerned about it at this point. So as long as we continue with just the Clippers, I think we'll be okay. And we go back to that look ahead to the model data that I was showing earlier. And I want to also wish luck to all the teams that are playing in those semifinals. On Friday, we talked about Yale. They were out in Montana. And they gave Montana State a big scare. It turns out Montana State's really good, number 2 team in FCS. And let's not get into FBS in the playoffs because, boy, people in Notre Dame are upset. But, oh, well, I digress. Yale goes all the way to Bozeman, Montana, and gives them a scare. I think they were 25-point underdogs, and they almost pulled it out. They lost by, I think, 6. 25-19, I think was the score. Something like that, 25-18. It was a really close game. So I really want to, congratulate Yale. That's pretty exciting stuff. And Ivy League getting back into playoff football. So kind of cool. Let's take a look at some more comments and questions. And I can already see the Monday snarks are out. There's always some snarkiness on Mondays because it's Monday, right? And, all right. So Alex says, one of the oldest school buildings in town, and Alex is a great guy because he too owns a Bernese Mountain Dog, and they're the only dogs to own. They are the best. One of the oldest school buildings in town. That's why sometimes that happens. Okay, we already got to that question. Let's see. Keep it coming. Walk up both hills. Sorry, I went backwards. Okay, so Greg's a regular contributor. Appreciate that. Seems like we're going to miss the significant snow for a while. When might this change? Okay, Greg, now you've done it. Now you've jinxed us. There's no way of knowing right now. The pattern is getting much more active, but these are Clippers. The southern stream of the jet is kind of ho-hum, although it is snowing in Virginia this morning again. But these are weak, fast-moving systems. There's no getting the 2 jet streams to come together, get those guys to merge and get some bigger, more powerful storms, but that's just not showing up right now. But the fact that you brought it up means that, things will start to change because Old Man Winter is listening all the time. I just don't see a big change. I don't see it's active, but it's not active as in big storms. So, and Shrek says, cancel school. Aaron says, no rest. I'm guessing she's talking about her wood stove. It's kind of hard to keep up with all the conversations, that's for sure. What you're looking at on the screen, and I'll take it full screen, is kind of the model progression of one of our models that shows these snow showers coming in Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning on the left. And then on the right, what it may look like during Wednesday afternoon with a mixture of some chilly rain showers and some snow in some of the hills. Notice northern New England. we'll see some accumulating snow yet again. I have a friend who is skiing at Killington right now, and he just sent me a text message. So I want to just see 3 inches of new snow, and he's skiing at Killington. Cold to ski, but that's when the snow is at its very best. Okay, so that's a look at your weather. 20 minutes in, and I'm not going to sit up here and babble. A couple things. I want to thank the wonderful musicians at the Simsbury Community Band. Lisa, the conductor, amazing. And the love of music and the arts is deep across the state. We really do have some phenomenal organizations. And a town community band is it's such a special thing. Yesterday at Simsbury High School, this was fun. Never had a chance to do this before, but I was a narrator for 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and it was fun. So we had little musical bridges from the different verses of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. We had a bunch of kids from the crowd. They had a great crowd too for their holiday concert, annual holiday concert, 8 or 10 movements. It was wonderful because you don't want to sit there for 3.5 hours. There's football to watch. It was a perfect length, and we had some fun. Lisa's been trying to get me involved in the arts and the music scene in the Valley and in Simsbury, and these musicians were so good. Wow. It was kind of cool. I mean, I haven't spent a Sunday listening to a band concert in a very, very long time, but I was honored to narrate and really had some fun for sure. So I want to thank them for sure. It was a great time. All right. With that in mind, we'll move on, and we'll check in again tomorrow with any changes to the forecast, and definitely on Wednesday with precipitation coming down. But for now, signing off. Any other questions? No, everyone's doing fine. Have a great day, and remember, bundle up today and be ready for some cold temperatures tonight. Have a good day.